Clear. Clear for liftoff. Take off. For making reverberations. Are we affirmative? No negatory. Come in, come in. Radio, what's your story? Ayahuasca kilo? Well, you're welcome. Are you ready for a bit of Echo Victor? Feeling wider than awake. Yeah. Better quicker than straight. When we love. When we love. When we love.
Welcome inside Kauffman Stadium. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Miami Marlins going up against the Kansas City Royals. And we'll be back for the first pitch right after this. Just about ready to roll here. Now the starting pitcher in this one, Brady Singer. And Singy, he likes pitching at home.
No, truly for him, there is no place like home. He's been so dominant here. And as a teammate, you expect him when pitching at home this year to go out and dominate just as he has. The fans expect it. And I think everyone around here knows that he's a good pitcher. Even though we don't see the same splits on the road, we're going to start to see that translate as well.
John Brady at the plate. There you see how he's doing down the stretch with his August and September splits. Here comes a pitch. That one misses, and away we go this afternoon.
First pitch, 110.
The 1-0. Slice the other way and foul. The pitch. That smash towards center. Base hit, and the leadoff man aboard.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Miguel Rojas at the plate. Good defender. He's been inconsistent offensively. Singer throws to first, and he's back in easily. First offering, and it just misses.
He's going,
and the pitch.
He's going.
Birdie runs in the dirt, but kept close. And there's no throw. He's in there at second with a stolen base.
Well, he's batting leadoff, and he's acting like a traditional leadoff hitter. Gets on base to start the game, then puts himself on second with a nice stolen bag. I think that sets the tone for the offense for sure.
Birdie stands at second with no outs. And the right-hander deals. Tapped softly on the ground. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly, but the throw to first gets him easily, and that's the first out. As we take a look at Don Mattingly's lineup for the Marlins. This is an offense, Chris, that's having a hard time scoring runs right now.
Yeah, sometimes things just aren't going to click, and unfortunately what happens is guys press, they try to do a little bit more, and they get out of their game. You've got to let the game come to you. If you chase it, it's going to run from you. So this is a team that just needs to calm down, relax, and understand that they're going to come out of this.
Ryan Anderson at the plate and takes high there. No score here, but a runner at third with one down. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. It's his 8th home run of the year. The Marlins on the board first. It's 2-0. Let's take another look at it, but this time with the help of StatCast.
Well, this one wasn't hit that high, but when you can launch it at 111 miles per hour off the bat and get some backspin, it'll carry enough to get out of here.
So 1 out, nobody on. And now for the Marlins, Nick Fortes.
The catcher, Nick.
That hits the dirt. 1-0. Still only 1 out here in the inning. On a line out towards center. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 away.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
2 outs, base is empty. And up next for Miami, J.J. Bleday. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second, and it bangs up against the wall. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Drove that ball nicely, put a great swing on it, and it jumped off his bat. Trying to put it all together there, and he's rewarded with the double.
And at the plate for Miami, Brian De La Cruz. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Runner at second, 2 down. And a base hit on a line. Bleday headed for the plate. He scores, and they're up by 3.
Picks himself up an RBI. Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
Here's Jordan Groshans. First offering. Runner goes. Pitch is low. Throw to second. Wow. And that'll end the inning.
Well, trying to get into scoring position, but a great catch and throw to end the inning. That's the way to pick up the pitcher.
Bottom of the first, and on the mound today, Edward Cabrera. Singing he's been outstanding and should be fun to watch.
Yeah, and as Whip tells you, he's been pretty effective this year on the mound. I mean, opposing hitters having a hard time getting on base and then being able to really distract him and do damage in terms of getting around the base path. So taking the mound, this is a guy you want out there if you're his teammate, and I expect him to be good in this one.
The bottom of the first. So up now for Kansas City, MJ Melendez. And he deals. Just missed.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
The wind of the pitch. And a foul ball makes the count 2-1. And here it comes.
That's ball
3. In the air, right side of the infield. Diaz under this one. Drops into the glove. One down. And here now, the lineup for the Royals. This team, Chris, not one that gets a lot of production from hitting homers, so they've got to find offense in other ways.
Yeah, Boog, hit sequencing is so important for this team. You know, getting that walk at the right time, coming up with that next knock or extra base hit so that you can actually play to run. If not, then you see the record go in the direct opposite direction of where it could go. So, you know, a team like this, the good thing, they're going to battle. They're going to put the ball in play and hope to...
Oh, that got him.
Well, the bright side is that will help the on-base percentage a little bit. And that's a category no batter can ignore these days. OBP, OPS, well, maybe that'll ease the pain just a little bit.
And now it's Salvador Perez to the plate. First pitch, and he just misses. And that one missing low. Chris, with that distraction and a speedy guy at first, he's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
(2-0). The other way, and now maybe extra bases. And that's going to get into the corner. Witt around third. He will score. It's 3-1.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
One out, runner at second. And now it'll be the cleanup spot for the Royals. Vinny Pasquantino. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Perez, the runner at second with one away. Breaking ball inside, and it's 2-0. And a pitch. There's a strike.
In today's game, not that many fastball counts, but hitters still in the back of their minds, they're looking for one. 2-0 changeup call right there. Excellent pitch selection to go with.
This one squared up down the left field line. If it's fair, it's gone. It's fair, and it is gone. And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder Edward Olivares.
Batting fifth, the left fielder, Edward Olivares.
Pitch misses inside, and that's ball 1. And it goes just foul. Tied up here in the early going. Next pitch misses, and it's 2-1. One down, base is empty. Ground ball left side. On to first. That's it out.
Batting sixth, the second baseman, Michael Massey.
Michael Massey steps in for the Royals. Massey not having as much success with the bat here at home as you see the splits. That one to first. Diaz picks it up. To the pitcher covering, but it's off target. They can't make the play.
Batting seventh, the right fielder, Ryan O'Hearn.
2 outs, runner at first. Ryan O'Hearn comes up to hit. First pitch just misses. At the belt and fires. Here's a strike.
Well, with this many pitches thrown here in this first inning, I mean, you're giving the other team a really good look. He's going to have to find a way to get some weak contact, maybe a swing and miss, get into that dugout and hit the reset button.
And it is 2-1. Left-hand batter waits. And that's through there for a strike. 2-2 now. To the right side. They take the force out. Third out. Second inning coming up here in Kansas City. All tied up at 3 apiece. Back here in Kansas City, here's the rookie third baseman, Jordan Groshans.
Leading off for Miami, the third baseman, Jordan Groshans.
Singer back to work. Ball one there.
Count 1-0.
Just off the outside edge. Singy wasn't very sharp in the first, got hit around a little bit, just wasn't able to locate particularly well. A lot of stuff for the fat part of the plate.
Yeah, Boog, he wasn't fooling anyone. It's a tough place to be because it's not always obvious what adjustments need to be made. Sometimes it's location, sometimes it's being too predictable. Sometimes you're tipping your pitches. He's going to need to figure it out quickly, though. Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
The pitch. And he walked him.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Leading off for the Marlins,
Ferrara Encarnacion, the next up for the Marlins.
Encarnacion.
And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Right-hander kicks, deals. He swings and fouls one off. Runner at first with no outs here.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, try to stay out of a double play here.
Next pitch is outside, and the count is 1-2. And the righty deals. And a swing and a miss. Now 1 away. And now for the Marlins, Lewin Diaz.
Baseman, number 34, Lewin Diaz.
Next pitch downstairs, and that's ball 1.
No strike.
Groshans, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Next offering is in for a strike.
Not sure exactly what he was thinking there. Good sinker ball pitcher goes with the fastball in a double play situation where he needs something on the ground.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 down. And now John Brady, 1 for 1 with a single so far.
John Brady.
Swings and lines a base hit into left field. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
Oh, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
And up next for Miami, Miguel Rojas. That one's in there, 0-1. First and second, 2 down. Hit hard on the ground is short. They get the force, and that is that. Marlins strand a pair, so no change in the score. It's 3-3. Bottom of the second, and now Hunter Dozier.
Leading up for the Royals, the third baseman, Hunter Dozier.
Right-hander back to work. Ball 1 on a pitch inside.
He needs a quick 1-2-3 this time around. Last inning, threw a lot of pitches.
Pitch misses. Now 2-0.
Not showing great command so far in this at bat. 2-0 count. He's got to execute here, or this could get ugly.
And that one fouled off. The pitch. That one fouled off. 2-2. Ripped into right field, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Drew Waters stands in. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. In the air, left field. Pulls it in for the out.
The batter, number 1, designated hitter.
So the Royals batting order turns over. Here's the Royals designated hitter, MJ Melendez. He's a catcher by trade, but the DH here in this one. First offering, and it just misses.
That's where you want it. It's a good miss.
Righty to the plate. Runner on the move. Swing and a miss. Throw, and they got him.
Not a fast runner on the base path, so this kind of looks like it was a hit-and-run call from the dugout. Got to make contact some way or somehow, because that guy's not going to be able to steal second base and be safe.
The 1-1. And that's just foul. The line to kick the pitch.
Straighten him up a little bit.
The wind of the pitch. And a swing and a miss. And that's that.
I think the key is arm action on the changeup. When you can sell it like a fastball, you drop the velocity, you get the swing and miss, and you walk off the field.
On to the third inning. Now it's the DH, Brian Anderson.
The designated hitter, Brian Anderson.
Singer back to work. In for a strike. That's strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Ripped towards third. Slides, but it gets by him.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Nick Fortes. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Now 1-1. The 1-1. Ouch.
Now that can happen when you're trying to dive out over the plate so you can control the outer half. Very difficult to get out of the way of good velocity in.
Line drive, base hit. Anderson around third. 1 run in. Here comes another. He'll score as well. It's 5-3.
Well, he had the opportunity to drive in some runs, and he comes through to break the tie. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Brian De La Cruz, the next up for the Marlins. First offering misses the mark.
Counts 1-0.
No outs. Runner on second. And it's even up.
Well, he looks fresh out there. Just needs to get a little more confidence and remember how good he's been in the past.
And a weak ground ball to the left side. Zips it to first. Finally gets the first out here on the grounder.
Now batting, third baseman, Jordan Groshans.
Jordan Groshans, the next to hit.
Get him down now.
And first offering is fouled off. Righty delivers. And now the count is even.
Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
The next offering misses. And a count 2-1. Big swing and a miss.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
Next pitch is outside.
He's been trying to tease the zone with that slider, but these hitters have showed patience, not going outside the strike zone.
3-2 now. And a swing and a miss. And 2 away now.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way. But that time, a little anxious.
Encarnacion.
And now here is Encarnacion. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. In there for strike 1. Lede on at second with 2 down. That's hard hit on the line. O'Hearn makes the catch, and that'll do it. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. It's now 5-3. Back here at Kauffman Stadium, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now here's Bobby Witt Jr.
The shortstop, Bobby Witt
And a pitch.
It's been a rough start on the mound for this guy. This third inning so important for him to get on track, turn the page, settle in, do all those things you need to do to give your team a little bit of length in this one.
Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. That leaves him without a throw, and he's on at first.
Now batting, catcher, Salvador Perez.
And to the plate for Kansas City, Salvador Perez doubled his first time up. First pitch doesn't find the zone. There's a strike.
That's a great take right there. Even though it's a strike, with the situation, runner on first base, you want to keep the ball off the ground. And you swing at that pitch, most likely you roll into a double play.
Next offering is in for a strike. The pitch. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Next offering is downstairs. Ground ball right side, could be two. Rojas for one. Over to Diaz. Double play.
The first baseman, number 9, Vinny Pasquantino.
2 outs, base is empty. And now the first baseman, Vinny Pasquantino. And that one popped to short. Rojas makes the catch, and that'll do it. Start of the fourth, and here's the first baseman, Lewin Diaz.
Leading off for the Marlins, the first baseman, number 34.
The wind of the pitch.
Diaz.
Hit hard, should be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. And he's got a leadoff double in the fourth.
A little more backspin on that instead of the top spin.
Now
and he's jogging around the bases rather than pulling up at second.
Brady.
Back to the top of the Miami order, and now John Brady. Next offering is down low. Ball 1. Man at second. Now this is in the air down the line. Can't get there, and now maybe extra bases. The run comes in from second. It's 6-3.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. Textbook bat control right there. Got a pitch on the outside, saw it deep into the zone, and just barreled it up. Went the other way for the knock.
And the Royals manager making his way towards the mound now as he will make the move. Brady Singer departs, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break. So the Royals bring on a new arm, Dylan Coleman. This is appearance number 65.
Well, at this point of the ball game, we're talking about middle innings, and we need a little length out of this arm coming out of the bullpen. We'll see just how many outs he's able to give his skipper.
Miguel Rojas digs in now. And a foul ball. Coleman throws over. Brady back in on a dive. Up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. Brady rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's 7-3.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Man at first, next to hit, Brian Anderson. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Nobody out, runner at first. In the dirt, blocked. To second, but way too late, safe there. In the air, out towards right center. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. Runner tagging for third, and he makes it up to third with one away.
Now batting, catcher,
Nick Fortes, the next up for the Marlins. He's 0 for 1. In there, and it's 0-1.
Power relievers one after another coming out of the bullpen these days. Got to be ready for that first pitch heater.
Next one misses, and 1-1.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
Next one off the plate inside. 2-1. Kicks and deals. That one ripped. That's a base hit. Run scores.
Well done. Drives in the run. He recognized the rotation of the baseball out of the hand, stayed tall on the backside, and crushed that pitch the other way.
Man at first with one gone. This is J.J. Bleday. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. That one missed. Fortes leads off first with one away. Lifted in the air, right center field. Waters glides to his left. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. The throw is offline, and he's in to score. And it's now a 6-run lead.
With that fastball, even though it's high velocity, you've got to live on the outer edges. When it's right on a tee, right down the middle, professional hitters are not going to have a problem turning it around.
Brian De La Cruz will hit next. 1 for 2. He had an RBI base hit back in the first. First offering misses the mark.
Ball one, no strike.
There's a strike. Next offering is in for a strike. Runner on at third, one gone. Next pitch inside. The count now 2-2. And the right-hander deals. Got him looking. That's out number 2.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch to stay on. You don't want to get beat inside, and as you see that pitch continue to run away from you, by the time it's in the catcher's mitt, you think it's a ball off the plate away.
And at the plate for Miami, Jordan Groshans. First pitch doesn't find the zone. In the air, out towards left center. And that is that. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. It's the Marlins 9, Royals 3. And welcome back. John Chambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Edward Olivares.
The left fielder, Edward Olivares.
The pitch. That misses. Ball 1.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out.
Next offering is foul back. That's to third. That's a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
And next up for the Royals, Michael Massey. And the first offering is not close. The pitch. Here we go. And a liner out into right center for a base hit. And now runners at the corners, nobody out.
Back-to-back singles off the bat. It was headed for the gap all the way. And as a hitter, you love seeing those as you take your first couple of steps out of the box. You know you've got some real estate to run on. It's such a good feeling. Nice liner into the gap right there. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
So up now for Kansas City, Ryan O'Hearn. That one's in there, 0-1. Runners on the corners, no outs. Going to count 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Left-hand hitter waits. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. And that's the first out.
Got him out on the front foot. Couldn't keep the hands back long enough and played right into the hands of the pitcher.
Dozier.
2 on with 1 out. Here's Hunter Dozier to the dish. First pitch, and he just misses. Runners are at the corners, 1 away. To the left side, but it is well foul. Here comes a pitch. And now the count 1-2 after the swing and the miss. And now it's even up. And a pitch. That one clubbed out towards left center. That'll be extra bases. 1 run is in. Massey coming home. He's also in to score. It's 9-5.
Nice double right there. Loud contact coming off the bat. Didn't get enough air under to drive it out of here, but you'll take that swing and that result every time.
One down. Here's the center fielder, Drew Waters.
The center fielder, number 6, Drew.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Runner at second here, 1 gone. And there's a fly ball deep right field. And it hits the fence. Runner scores from second as they get 1 back. It's 9-6. And in at second with an RBI double. MJ Melendez steps in for the Royals.
The batter, number 1, designated hitter, MJ.
First offering, and it just misses. And here it comes. Swings and misses. And a count 1-1. Signs of activity in the pen for the Marlins. Braxton Garrett, the young lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Number 90, warming up as well. Next offering is in for a strike.
Very well executed changeup right there. If he can command the fastball consistently, that's going to be an important pitch in terms of him turning this outing around.
The 1-2. Swing and a line drive, base hit out of the center field. Waters around third. He scores, and now just a 2-run deficit.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Kind of a risky pitch coming inside with the breaking ball like that. You have to bury it. Otherwise, it's not too difficult to get the bat to it like he did that time. And you can feel this crowd waking up a bit here as the guys are starting to make some noise with their bats.
Number 90 takes over on the mound, and he'll work on holding this lead. One gone, runner at first. And here is Bobby Witt Jr.
So clutch, you could argue that he's been this...
Lined into left center, and that should be extra bases. Here comes Melendez. Throw cut off to third. Not in time. He's safe as a run scores on the play.
Well, back within one as he brings home the run. A lot of hitters tell themselves, line drive over the infielder's head. That's what I'm trying to do. Just keep that approach simple. And right there, it was perfectly executed. On time with everything and pulled it into the gap nicely.
One down, runner at third. And here is Salvador Perez. 1 for 2 with an RBI double back in the first. That one fouled off. The next pitch misses. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Oh, now this one's high and deep. Way back there. On its way. Gone. Salvador Perez leads the yard. His 23rd of the year, and now they're out front. It's 10-9.
That one won't stay below the radar. That made a lot of noise. For a pitcher, the odds are in your favor if you keep that breaking ball down. That time, he got punished for it. Hitter just did a really good job of staying within himself and getting the barrel to the baseball.
I talk it like I'm walking, all of y'all just fall flat. I'm too quick, move slick. Woo, look at that. I'll meet you anywhere, anytime, any place. Yeah, you can't compete with me. I'm one man, but I got my whole team with me.
And now it'll be the cleanup spot for the Royals. Vinny Pasquantino.
Up next for the Royals, the first baseman, Vinny.
First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
Pasquantino.
The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. And ball 1. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a high fly ball, pretty well struck right field. That's carrying. And gone. He blasts one out to right, and they tap one on the board. It's 11-9. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
The batter.
Now here is Edward Olivares. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. That's back there, and that one is going to go. Another one. Back-to-back homers. Home run number 5 on the season, and they add on. It's 12-9.
Back-to-back home runs, and these guys look so dominant right now. A pitcher might want to check and see if he's tipping his pitches or not, but I tell you what, if this was basketball, that opposing team would call a timeout to try to slow down this offense.
Braxton Garrett will take over here. He has a great slider with tons of movement.
Braxton Garrett.
Base is empty, 1 away. And to the plate for Kansas City, Michael Massey.
The batter number 19. Second baseman.
Say a win.
Michael Massey.
Fouled off. He was late. Brady whips it to first, and they got him.
The right fielder, number 66, Ryan Kauffman.
2 outs, base is empty. Ryan O'Hearn steps in for the Royals. First pitch just misses. Pulled down the line. This one hammered, but it's foul.
Got a little anxious on that changeup right there. It tells you he's ready to hit a fastball. If he can let that thing get deeper as he recognizes it out of the hand, tell you what, he could be circling the bases.
Next pitch is outside. 2 outs. Bounced out to short. Rojas with the throw to first. Out, and thank goodness the inning is at last over. But not before they bat around as 9 men wind up coming around to score. On to the top of the 5th we go. It's the Royals 12 and the Marlins 9. Now on the bump, Brad Keller. And he'll do his best to hang on to this lead.
Number 56, Brad
Cabrera and Encarnacion getting ready to hit. The Marlins in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at bat out of him right here.
First offering misses the mark. Bullpen activity starting up now. Luke Weaver up and getting ready for Mike Matheny. Bisevich getting loose as well. Next offering is in for a strike. Up the middle, and it gets by him.
The first baseman, number 34.
And now for the Marlins, Lewin Diaz. Keller moved to first. Encarnacion dives back in safely. Another move to first. And he's back in that time as well. Swings through that one. 0-1. Encarnacion aboard here at first with nobody out. Next offering misses, and the count is 1-1. Kicks and fires. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. Next offering in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Next offering is fouled back. And a pitch. Next offering misses down and away. Fly ball down the right field line. If it's there, it's gone, and that is gone. With one swing, he quiets the crowd, and they inch closer. It's 12-11. Well, that swing changes things.
Yes, it does. They were in striking distance. They found a way to fight back big time. No, Boog, clearly some frustration out there on the mound right now. I mean, that ball was so close to going foul. Would have been a long strike, but instead, batter gets rewarded. Did a nice job of getting to the pitch and hitting it hard enough to get over the fence.
And now John Brady popped in the air. Left field. He dives but can't hang on. That's a base hit. Low throw and he can't dig it out.
You got to get on your horse and get to that thing and get it back in, because he's going to come barrel around first. He's going to put pressure on you. If you bobble it or you don't get there in a hurry, he's going to make you look silly and end up on second base.
And now the shortstop, Miguel Rojas. 1 for 3. And that's in there for strike 1.
Yeah, Brody, if you're that base runner second base, you want to be quiet out there. Not bouncing around, not distracting your teammate, the hitter. Make sure that he can clearly focus on that pitcher and that release point.
And the pitch. Runner takes off. Ball outside. Throw to third. Save. That wasn't close.
I think he surprised everyone in the ballpark, and especially the pitcher. Wasn't a great lead there, but when he took off, I think he caught him off guard. Nice job to get to third.
No outs. Runner over at third. Ground ball up the middle. Sneaks through. Base hit. In comes the run from third. And we're tied at 12-all.
Gets it done to drive in the run and tie it back up. Couldn't get any air under it, but he smoked that ball back up the middle. Timing was just perfect. Got great wood on it, and there was just no chance for the infielders with how hard he hit it.
New pitcher in the game for the Royals, Jose Cuas. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Ryan Anderson, the next to hit. He's already homered in this game. Towards first, slides, but he can't come up with it. Throw comes in, runner stopped, second and third, nobody out.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Now at the plate, Nick Fortes. At the belt and fires. And a ground ball to first. Base hit. 1 run is in. Runner stops at third, and they're at the corners with nobody out.
This is unbelievable. That's now 6 consecutive hits by this lineup. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
And up next for Miami, J.J. Bleday. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
Hey, partner, how's your scorecard looking right now?
A little dicey, kind of hieroglyphics style at the moment. You know what it's like, Singy? Remember our trip to London, Yankees and Red Sox in 2019? I think there were 50 runs scored in the 2 games combined. My scorecard was ugly for that series. Can't get there. Base hit. 1 run is in. Right past his coach, headed for the plate. With a relay throw, not in time. He's safe at the plate. And now it's 15-12.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Ryan De La Cruz.
And at the plate for Miami, Ryan De La Cruz. Hit hard, that gets through. And they get it in quickly. First and third now with nobody out.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
So up next, Jordan Groshans. In there for strike 1.
Yeah, pretty ridiculous. And you use like 5 different colors of pens, so like it's just a mosaic over there.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're always judging the different pens. That, you know, I got the skinny scoring pen, and then I have the red, and then the black, and then I got a highlighter. So there is a lot going on. Makes a nice grab at a full sprint, and that is a big first out.
Now batting, the right fielder,
Cabrera Encarnacion, the next up for the Marlins.
Well, the way these two teams have battled in this game, you know you need more. Got to continue to add runs if you're going to get out of here with a win.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. Next offering upstairs. Just off the inside edge. And they're all loaded up.
Well, just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
Lewin Diaz, the next up for the Marlins. He's already homered here in this one. Now fly ball to right center. O'Hearn, long run into the gap. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. Here comes the runner from third. He's in to score on the sac fly, and they lead by 4.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
John Brady.
Luke Weaver on the pitch out of the pen here. He's been so good against lefties.
Number 26, Luke Weaver.
And stepping in is the speedy John Brady. In there, and it's 0-1.
Well, that's really the money spot. Down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for guys to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Right-hander kicks, deals. And that one is lifted in the air. O'Hearn drifts towards it. He's got it. And that is out number 3. Last half of the 5th coming up. Miami's out in front, 16-12. Welcome back. We head to the bottom of the 5th. So up now for Kansas City, Hunter Dozier.
The third baseman, Hunter
Pitch.
Dozier.
Good eye right there. Swing and a line drive and a base hit up the middle. Off to a good start with a leadoff nod.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. I can watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
So man aboard, and next up for the Royals, Drew Waters, 1 for 2. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. And now the lefty upstairs. Falling behind 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
The pitch. And the slider catches the zone. And it's filled up.
3-2.
Dozier gets his lead at first with nobody out. Out front, rip foul. Three balls, 2 strikes the count. He swings and drives one out to deep left field. That one is gone. A 2-run homer, and they're chipping away. It's 16-14. That's their 5th homer of the game.
Man, they're all getting into the action. It's starting to feel like a home run derby up here. Oh, that one got in the jet stream on a line drive. You saw the numbers on the backs of the jerseys of the outfielders, which is usually bad news, and all of a sudden, they're back in this ballgame.
And now the DH, MJ Melendez.
The batter, number 1. Designated hitter.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
It can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
Next offering is in for a strike.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
The 1-1 is cut on and missed at a pitch upstairs. Left-hand batter waits. Right side, Encarnacion moving back for this one. Dives, but it falls. And now it looks like extra bases. Now around second, going for third. And he's got himself a triple. Bobby Witt Jr. steps in for the Royals. Lined into right, and he makes the catch. Runner tagging from third. Throw is offline, and he scores. And it's a 1-run game.
Sometimes that can be a little tough to score on. It was hit so hard that getting back to the bag, the tag, takes a little bit of time by the time that outfielder catches it. But a really good job of getting that run in from third.
New pitcher for the Marlins, number 81, trying to protect his lead. Here's the power hitting catcher, Salvador Perez. First pitch, and he just misses. And the righty deals. The other way, and he beats the shift.
Now batting, the first baseman,
Vinny Pasquantino steps in for the Royals.
Pasquantino.
First offering misses the mark. Right-handed reliever. That clips the corner.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
And a pitch.
That's ball 2.
And a foul ball. Here's a 2-2. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. That's the second out.
Well, I'm not sure what he was waiting on right there. He got the changeup and still late on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think that he was trying to set the pitcher up. I mean, if you can't catch up to the off-speed stuff, there's no way you're going to touch a fastball.
Here's a speed threat, Edward Olivares. First pitch doesn't find the zone. That one pushed foul. Oh, now this is blasted. Way back there. On its way. Gone. Another homer. And the Royals take the lead in 17-16.
Up in the zone is a hitter's dream. It's a BP fastball, but you're playing in real time. Most times, the pitcher's asking for a new baseball, just like right there.
So 2 down, and to the plate for Kansas City, Michael Massey.
The batter number 19, second baseman, Michael Massey.
This one smoked out to left. Bleday makes the catch, and that'll do it. But the long ball was working in this inning. Not once, but twice. We're through 5. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here at the ballpark. Now here is Miguel Rojas. Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. And he deals.
And because of that big power arm, he's able to play a little bit deeper, make throws from the outfield grass all the way across the diamond, and still get a pretty good runner. That's impressive.
Now the 0-1. And that's down and away. The pitch.
Count is 2-1.
Smash down the left field line. He can't get there. That should be extra bases. Into second base. The tying run is on with a leadoff double.
Now batting.
And next is the designated hitter, Ryan Anderson. Foul ball there. Rojas leads off second with nobody out. Out there to center. Witt on the move. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 1 away.
Now, that's a tough play for the infielder, ranging back into the outfield. There's part of him that's saying, hey, where you at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
Here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Nick Fortes.
Listen, there's absolutely no reason to pitch to this guy right here. You nibble, you see if he'll expand his zone, but don't give him anything to hit. If you walk him, not a big deal. You have a double play opportunity set up.
Out towards left center. It falls in, and that's a hit. Into third now. So runners at the corners and 1 out.
Now batting, the left fielder, J.J. Bleday.
Anthony Misevich gets handed the rock out of the pen. Tough situation for him with a couple of runners in scoring position.
Anthony Misevich.
So digging in, J.J. Bleday. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. One down, runners at second and third. Next pitch is downstairs.
Really been able to slow down the game tonight with his at-bats, and the biggest one he's had so far, he doesn't look anxious at all.
Late swing, foul to the left. The 2-1. And he pumps it a strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
That one the other way. Makes the grab, and there's 2 out.
Yeah, that was a wasted RBI opportunity, but
Up
a
next,
competitor like him, he is looking forward to making up for it in his next at-bat.
Ryan De La Cruz digs in now. And a foul ball. And it's fouled away. The pitch. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Pasquantino pulls that one down, and that will end the inning. Mission accomplished from the Royals bullpen that time. 7-8-9 due up in the home half of the inning. The Royals lead it 17-16. Well, we go bottom 6. So up now for Kansas City, Ryan
Leading
O'Hearn.
up for the Royals, the right fielder, Ryan O'Hearn.
Here comes a pitch. Try to get him to chase on the changeup that time. The pitch. Right side. Brady handles the chance. Over to first. One away. Bottom of the 6th.
Now batting, third baseman, Hunter Dozier.
Hunter Dozier steps in for the Royals. That one's in there, 0-1. Got a good eye there. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. Hunter Dozier leaves the park. His 12th of the season. It's 18-16. Zingy, he's been red hot.
Yeah, another big swing of the bat for him. Man, he is really seeing the ball well in this one. Well, I'm sure there's a big grin on his face right now, Boog. He's probably had some of those that didn't stay fair, but off the bat, it looked like it was going to be foul. He was able to keep it in there, tucked it nicely, and he gets the jog around the bases. Good for him.
Left-hander out of the bullpen, Stephen Okert. And he'll do his best to keep this close. And next up for the Royals, Drew Waters. The switch hitter batting right.
Fielder, number 6, Drew.
First offering, and it just misses. And a pitch. That misses the zone. 2-0. And here it comes. In the air to left center. De La Cruz puts it away, and there's 2 down.
Now batting, the designated hitter, MJ.
Back to the top of the lineup, So here's the Royals DH, MJ Melendez. First pitch just misses. Miami's bullpen with some action. Dylan Floro appears to be warming for Don Mattingly. Next pitch inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Slider clips the zone.
Nasty 2-0 slider there for a strike. That tells you he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch.
Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. Left-hand hitter waits. Stays alive. Two outs. Just misses with that one.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
And that one in the air center field. And that's the inning. And a run to the Royals lead with this homer. We're through 6 full. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. So the Royals bring on a new arm, Jonathan Heasley, and he has some nasty breaking stuff. Back here in Kansas City, here's the third baseman, Jordan Groshans.
For the Marlins, the third baseman, Jordan Groshans.
And a pitch. And there's a strike.
And I know you want to be patient as a hitter, but you got to be ready to jump on the first thing straight. And he got one right there, but left the bat on his shoulder.
Into center and a base hit.
Well, that was an important at bat in this game, so a great job there stepping up to the challenge. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early, stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee. Now a huge at bat in this game coming up.
And the batter now, Cabrera Encarnacion. And the 1-0. Swing and a liner foul off to the right. Groshans gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Line drive caught.
The first baseman, number 34, Lewin Diaz.
So up next, Lewin Diaz.
Now these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap, but you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
The 0-1. Ball 1 there.
It counts 1-1.
Inside, just missed.
That's a really good take.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a high fly ball to left. And it's caught. 2 down.
The batter number 5, second baseman, John Brady.
So the batting order turns over. John Brady, the next up for the Marlins. First pitch, not close. Sliced hard but foul. The 1-1. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. In one hops off the wall, should be extra bases. Witt with a relay home. Save. He scores, and it's a one-run game. And now they trail by one.
Big RBI for him right there. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer, and he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field. And another big at bat coming up here. Looking for a way to get that tying run across with 2 outs.
Miguel Rojas, the next up for the Marlins. Pickoff moved to second. Brady back in on a dive. Another throw to second, and they're keeping him close. First offering misses the mark. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Next pitch misses, and that's ball 2. So the tying run at second. Inside corner for a strike. That's inside.
This is a really good feeling for a hitter at this point in the ball game. You know that they don't want to walk you, so you're going to get a pitch to hit. You just better not miss it.
Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Olivares pulls it down, and that is that.
A lot of adrenaline. We can see it right there. And sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Jake Fishman. And his job is to collect quick outs and keep his team within striking distance. Back here at Kauffman Stadium, set for the last half of the 7th. And to the plate for Kansas City, Bobby Witt Jr.
Bobby Witt Jr.
And he deals. On the ground. And base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
Salvador Perez steps in for the Royals. Next pitch downstairs, and it's 1-0. That one in there across the letters.
Well, we call that keyhole. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it.
Runner takes off. Pitch is high. Throw to second, and he's out.
That goes to show you stealing a base is a tough thing to do and far from a sure thing, even with big-time speed. It's not easy to catch him, but that was a great catch and throw. Quick, not rushed, and accurate.
Two 2-1 pitch is in there, and the count is even. Kicks and deals. And he grounds one to the right side. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. Pitcher gets to the bag for the out.
No, he didn't recognize changeup earlier enough. Got out in front a little bit, rolled over on it, and beat it into the ground.
Vinny Pasquantino now at the plate. In there for strike one. Kicks and fires. Ripped on the ground to second. Sends it to first. Royals set down in order. Number 60 comes on now. He's pitching on 2 days rest.
Number 60.
Now it's the DH, Ryan Anderson.
Oh, yeah, Boog. He's on the brink of one of your favorite milestones. He's completed 3 legs of the cycle.
I love me some cycle. The wind of the pitch. Ball 1, no strikes. Activity in the Kansas City bullpen. Scott Barlow, the closer, is getting ready and perhaps looking at a long save opportunity here. The wind to kick the pitch. Hard liner. Out of here. That should fire up the dugout, and we have a tie ball game. It's 18-18. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Now, Nick Fortes. Swing and a ball hammered. Left field. That's back. That's back some more. Turning, looking, and that one is gone. His 9th homer of the year, and they grab the lead in the 8th. It's 19-18.
Well, he went up there 0-0 looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
J.J. Bleday, the next up for the Marlins.
Now back, left fielder, J.J. Bleday.
First pitch, and he just misses.
Okay, from here, he's got to treat this as a clean inning. Forget about the fact that his team is now down by a run.
The 1-0.
Ball 2. 2-0.
Back and forth we go, a seesaw battle in the late stages of this one. Next one misses, and that's ball 3. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
4 pitches. That's an easy walk, man. He could have walked me right there, Boog. The last one wasn't even close.
New pitcher in the game for the Royals, Amir Garrett. It's his job to keep his team in the game.
Now pitching for the Royals, number 24, Amir Garrett.
Digging in, Brian De La Cruz. And that's in there for strike 1. That one drifts inside. The next pitch misses. 2 balls and a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Bleday on at first, nobody out. That one down the line, and that's a base hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
Man, he just absolutely turned on that one, ripped it down the line. Nice job of staying in his mechanics.
Jordan Groshans.
Down to third baseman, Jordan Groshans. Trying to move the runners over. Dozier fires over to first. The runners move up on the sacrifice.
Now batting, right fielder, Gerard Encarnacion.
And now for the Marlins, Gerard Encarnacion.
Looking for some insurance, or as our friends down in the South would say,
Insurance.
no matter how you say it, we know what you mean.
First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to continue, finish off this hitter.
In the dirt. And an excellent job keeping it right there. And the pitch. In the air, right field. O'Hearn should have this one. Puts the squeeze on that one. Runner tags for home. He's in on the sac fly, and they take a 2-run lead.
They had a chance to add to their lead right there, and they did with the sac fly. Nice job of getting it done. Really good execution with that at bat.
And up next for Miami, Lewin Diaz.
Well, bottom of the order here, Boog. You got to go right after this guy.
As they look to pick up an add-on run, and the number 9 guy at the plate. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Man on second, 2 down. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Pasquantino sizing this one up, and that is the inning. But the long ball was working in this inning. Not once, but twice. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's Major League Baseball on the show. So they turn to the lefty in this spot, Richard Blyer.
Now pitching.
He's making his 50th appearance of the season.
Richard.
Edward Olivares getting ready to hit.
It's good speed at the top of the order here. You want to get it on, see if you can get a stolen base, maybe get around the bases and pick up a run.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. Signs of activity in the pen for the Marlins. Tanner Scott, the left-hander, up and throwing. Right center, that's well struck. Slams off the bottom of the wall. And he's got a double, his 4th hit. Michael Massey steps in for the Royals.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. And what you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
And first offering is fouled off. And a pitch. And fouled off. Lefty continues to work, but the closer getting loose in the bullpen. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout. And there's one away. Mike Matheny going to the bench for a pinch hitter. Number 18. And this is a big at-bat in this ball game. And first offering is fouled off. runner leads away at second. Ground ball right side. Got him on the off-balance throw. And that's an out.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some runs while you're at it.
Third baseman, Hunter Dozier.
Hunter Dozier steps in for the Royals.
And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
First offering misses the mark. Fly ball down the line. Encarnacion settles underneath it, squeezes it, and that's the third out. Staying in the game on defense, number 18. He'll be the new right fielder after entering as a pinch hitter.
Number 18.
All set for the start of the inning. Now it's the Marlins leadoff hitter, John Brady.
Leading off for Miami, the second baseman, John Brady.
Garrett back to work. In the air on the infield. And there's one down.
The batter, number 11. Shortstop, Miguel Rojas.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Miguel Rojas. First offering misses badly for ball one. Next offering is fouled back. The pitch. And there's a ball. Fouls one off. 2-2. The pitch. That one just misses.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch in the outside corner.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Perez settles under this one, puts the squeeze on it. Out number 2.
The batter, number 15, designated hitter, Ryan Anderson.
Ryan Anderson will hit next. And the first pitch misses for ball one. Fought off foul. Two down, nobody on. And now 2-1.
When you get to this part of the order, yeah, there's some pop there, but more likely there's some base hits. So very important to be patient. Let the pitcher walk you, if he will.
Swung on, belted. That one is back. Onto the warning track, and he hauls it in. And 9-1-2 scheduled to lead off the bottom of the ninth. The Marlins lead it 20-18. Tanner Scott gets the call from the pen. This southpaw's been really good against left-handed hitters.
66, Tanner Scott.
Welcome back. All set for the bottom of the ninth. So up now for Kansas City, Drew Waters.
the center fielder, Drew Water.
Here comes a pitch. And first offering is fouled off. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Now a screamer into the outfield. He's got it. 1 up, 1 down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Melendez in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Next offering is in for a strike.
Ball, 1 strike.
At the belt and fires. So now 1-2.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
And a ball and 2 strikes. Smash to the left side. And foul ball. Not close with that one. Now 2-2. And now the count filled up 3-2. The pitch. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Lede heading to the alley. Grabs it on the run. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, the shortstop, Bobby.
2 outs, base is empty. And next up for the Royals, Bobby Witt Jr. On the ground right side, and that one finds its way through. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Stepping in, Salvador Perez. The tying run at the plate. Line drive. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Marlins slug their way to a win in this one.
Another outing, another save. That's his 20th of the season, and this was a good example of why they rely on him so heavily in these close games.
High-scoring ball game in this one for Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show. I'm John Schaub. Thanks for joining us.
Time of the ball game, 4 hours and 29 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.